Let's now turn to Director, Contact and Engagement, Lucky Ayedatiwa Campaign Organization, Dr. Charles Oludare, to speak on the build-up to the Ondo State Gubernatorial and what to expect at the exercise in November. Good to have you on Arise News.
Thank you very much for having me. Thanks, everybody. I don't.
Very good. Now, if you were to gauge the mood of the electorate currently, how enthusiastic are they towards the polls on account of how the APC handled the health saga of the late governor and the emergence of the incumbent?
Thank you very, very much. I mean, I don't know if you recall, but I was on your program talking about the situation during the whole health saga crisis, and this is actually very pivotal to the emergence of the governor and emergence of him as the preferred and number one candidate in this election. Because if you recall at the time, based on all of the shenanigans that occurred, the people developed deep sense of sympathy with the current governor because they felt the injustice that was submitted to him. So, and they also saw the fact that he was being steadfast in the defense of his principle, in the defense of his, integrity. I don't know if you recall, people were bringing out what Governor Akinwunmi said in 2010 during Yaradua and all of that. So, it was the fact that, the thing that he was made to go through, that was what led the people to rally around him, support him till he became the governor, and they are so eager to elect him right now. Actually, in Ondo State, when you ask people on the streets, when you tell them "Shofe lucky," what the answer is "Mofe lucky." I would even say "Mofe lucky." That is the banter on the street of Ondo State, because even from his name and everything and the things he has done, everybody, they want him, they love him. It is a love affair with the current governor, and this is all stemming from the initial thing that led to his emergence, the way he was treated. And so that is in the back book. When he got into power, also the things he has done has been so pro people. He is investing in the future of Ondo State, the future of the Ondo State child. The last time Ondo State employed any teacher was 16 years ago during the administration of Olusegun Obasanjo. This man has already started, the process of employing about 2,000 teachers because he wants to equip the Ondo State child with the skill necessary for the jobs of the future. A lot of his opponents will be like, "We want to take Ondo State back. We want to take Ondo State back." No, the only nostalgia he has is for the future. He's trying to take Ondo State from where it is to where it ought to be, which is forward, not taking them backward. So the people in Ondo State, they are happy with him. That's why you can see all the others that came around to support him. Even the Speaker of the House of Assembly, who if also was an opponent, is now a strong supporter and on his team. So you can see how warm and kind and welcoming that this man is. He holds no grudges. He just wants what is best for Ondo State, and that is why the people are so eager and excited for his candidacy.
All right, Dr. Oludare, how confident are you in the electoral process and on Ondo over time, and what are your expectations from INEC as well?
Thank you. The electoral process, I have always been a proponent of a direct primary. All card-carrying member who, fulfill their financial obligations should be able to vote, and that is what the party APC in the state has chosen. So this has actually renewed my confidence in the integrity of the process, because I know for a fact that the people on the street want this man, they love him. So being the fact that it's going to be a direct primary, not a delegate group of delegates, I am pretty certain that he is going to scale through. And I love the way the APC dealt with the whole shenanigans, with the whole story about the certificate, everything. It is simple right now. Thank God for technology. Anybody can go on the website with the scratch card and they get access to the results, and it has been verified. So that has been put to bed. So I have very deep confidence in the INEC's conduct, in the party's conduct of the primary. I believe Ondo State is a state with a lot of men of integrity. So I know that there will be no shenanigans in there, and you can see how calm even the polity has been in those states, and so I also believe that INEC should do a good job. They will have improved on the glitches of the past election. And it's always a journey, but I have confidence in the process, and I have confidence in the emergence of Governor Aidatiwa as the eventual nominee of APC and his eventual victory come November.
All right, let's break this down a little further. What is Governor Aidatiwa bringing to the table for the electorate that will distinguish him from the legacies of the late Governor Akinwunmi? Yes, he may build on his legacies, but I'm sure people would like to see more from him as an individual, you think?
Yeah, thank you. First off is the personality. Governor Akinwunmi was loved and renowned for who he is. But one of the people I had a conversation on another program with 2 days ago said one of the reasons he contested against Governor Akinwunmi was because when he won the election, the people that didn't support him as primary were not brought in. He did not embrace them. And this man, like I said earlier, even his staunch opponents, the Speaker of the National Assembly, is now a strong supporter. He is very embracing. But aside that, politically, let's now go into what will really make the lives of Ondo State better. What will really move the ball forward? It is the investment. Nations are not rich in proportion to their natural resources. They need a government that will, enable and encourage the enterprise of its people. And how do you do that? By creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, by giving your people the skill for the jobs of the future, and by investing in their security so that they can blossom. So, and those are the things that the governor is already doing. He's already looking at ways. Yes, we all know the limitations that governors have when it comes to security, right? But he's already looking at ways to use technology to enhance the potentials of both all the security, both Amotekun and the regular police and the soldiers, to help them keep Ondo State people safe. He's already looking at how to exploit the new technological advancements to educate the children of Ondo State, so that the child is Akotogbo or Irele or Ikakumo, all of them will have the same quality of education as the one in Victoria Island in Lagos. These are things. It's also already looking at ways to use technology to improve health penetration and give Ondo State citizens access to prompt medical decision that is going to save lives, so that we can improve the life expectancy of the average Ondo State citizen. These and many more that we can keep on going on are things that he has already started to put in place, aside the clearing of salaries. The infrastructural project that has already started, and no, he's just had a few days in office, so there's only so much that can be done. But the plans that are in the offing are one of the reasons why I am so confident that the people of Ondo State are about to embark on a stratospheric economic growth and have a good quality of life, happiness, and self-dignity. So these are the things that the governor has on the table that the people are about to start to enjoy. And that is, why I joined the team. I have never met him before as a person, never spoke to him. But, from being attracted to him from the injustice that he was made to go through and seeing all the things that he has been doing, I know that the man's heart is in the right place. And, like Theodore Roosevelt used to say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The people of Ondo State knows that the governor they have right now cares so deeply about them. That is why they support him so fervently. And that is why you see the fanfare everywhere he goes during this campaign period.
Pretty interesting that you've actually never met him before or spoken to him. But you're involved in engagement for the incumbent. What would you say are the immediate needs of the people right now? What are they yearning for this, Aidatiwa to do for them if he gets there?
Primary thing, and this is the primary duty of all government, is security. My parents are from the Akoko part of the country. Every time they are going home, I always, have my heart in my mouth because, kidnapping and all of that. We all know what happened to the daughter of one of our elders, Papa Shonroti, a few years ago. Even His Royal Majesty Olufalaye got kidnapped in 2015. This has been a legacy issue, and that is the paramount, concern of Governor Aidatiwa, to ensure that the people of Ondo State can sleep with their two eyes closed and not have to look over their shoulder. So we all know that the governments have. State governments have, restrictions. He's already looking at ways to go about that just to ensure that its people are safe. That is number one thing that people want. Definitely, Ondo State needs to get out of the dark ages whereby there are not a lot of investment and social development. It's also looking at ways to bring in foreign investment into Ondo State in the areas of from security, industries, and everything. The people are smart. They just need to have the resources and the tools to achieve their potentials. So he's already working on that. This is very paramount. Education is so serious. We have some children in our public schools that as a 10, 15, 13-year-old, they went to school, but they still can't recite the letters of the alphabet. This is, quite terrible, and that is why he has already started the process of employing these 2,000 teachers, 1,000 in primary school, 1,000 in secondary school, and also looking at ways to use technology to improve the quality of education delivery all across the states, so that these people will not just have a contact with the educational institution, but they will have meaningful and impactful contact that will change their lives and potentiate them for the jobs of the future, not to take people back. That is one thing that is also very important. Healthcare is also very important. Almost all doctors, myself included, I must hands up. I am a doctor. I am no longer in Nigeria. A lot of them have left. I used to work with my father in Ondo State. He's also looking at ways to try to attract some of the doctors from all over the country to the states, and also use technology to penetrate the remote areas and ensure that service is being delivered while we build more doctors and everything, so that in the short term you can solve the problem while you're trying to solve it in the long term. So there are many more when it comes to technology, infrastructural development, and everything that Governor Akinwunmi has planned for, that the people are yearning for. But the most paramount, like I said, is security, and that I believe will be fixed in no time. Not in no time, but with due diligence and with consistency of the plans that he has to keep the people safe, using most especially technology, surveillance, and everything to prevent and discourage banditry and kidnapping all across the states. So these are some of the things that the people are looking for, and Governor Akinwunmi is already delivering, and he will still deliver more on these things.
All right, interesting development there. Dr. Charles Oludare, Director, Contact and Engagement for the Lucky Aiyedatiwa Campaign Organization. I'd like to thank you for your thoughts on those issues. Good to have you with us.